and Amanda always online. Grab your headphones, let's review time. Music's their love, their niche divine. Laughs and insights mixed like wine. Every strong and every beat. They analyze, they can't be beat. Tuning in on the socials neat. Join the fun and take your seat. If music's your thing, come along. Hear Amanda sing her song. Chris brings the notes all day long. Together they make us strong.
All right, well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Song Swap Showdown. I am one of two of your hosts. My name is Chris, and I am joined by that girl, Miss Amanda Sharp.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How's Michigan today?
It is gloomy. It is so cold, and I am so ready for spring.
Yeah, me too. Well, it is officially spring as of today. I mean, well, it was spring a few days ago, officially. It's officially spring.
Can someone let Michigan know?
Can someone let me? Well, you know what? It's not much better here in New Jersey right now. It was a little warm, but I mean, the mornings are still cold. We're still in that
the night times get real chilly.
Yeah, we're still in that. We're still dealing with the lingering effects of winter and the transition, and then we'll get like 2 weeks of spring, and then it'll just be hot.
I know, just enough to like tease ya.
Yeah.
Or here in Michigan, it gets cold again, and then it'll get warm. But you're right. There's like no balance in between, like cold and then 80.
That's it. Yeah,
which I love.
That's it. That's all. That's it. Just they're very
love
little
it,
in between.
Hey, how's the weather where you're at, guys? Is it warm?
Is
Is it cold? Is it windy? Is it nasty? Is it sunny? If it's sunny, I want extreme descriptions of what that warmth feels like.
Yes, please do so. Please do so. Yeah. So once again, guys, welcome to the show. If you're listening on Radio Garden State, we welcome you. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, we welcome you as well. And of course, if you're listening in the future on any podcast platform, well, we're so happy you chose to listen to our show, our little show. Spend some time with us, have some fun with us today. If you are listening on YouTube, guys, we do ask a very fast, quick favor, which would mean a lot to us. And basically any creator that you work with is hit that subscribe button right now and the little bell too, so that way you get notified whenever we drop new episodes and we go live, which is every Monday on YouTube at 8 a.m. and also right here on Radio Garden State, who we're great friends with. We love Radio Garden State. So if you are maybe listening to the audio version, you can listen on RadioGardenState.com, the Odyssey app, or the TuneIn app. But also, once again, we love YouTube too. So show us the love and hit that subscribe button. Guys, if this is your first time checking out Song Swap Showdown, well, how the show normally works is Amanda and I each swap 3 songs with each other that we may or may not have heard before, and then we will rate those songs on a scale of 1 to 5 records, with 1 being a hard pass.
Boo-hoo.
Had to skip it. Skip it.
Skip it good.
Skip it good. Yeah, that's a skip. That's literally like the first note, and you're like, skip, out of here. All the way up to 5 records, guys, which we deem to be heavenly music to our ears. So going on our Eternity playlist, that is a song you never get sick of hearing.
Oh.
From the first note to the last note, it is a song you never get tired of hearing. You will put it on replay, repeat. It still sounds just as fresh and new as it did when you first heard it 30 years ago, 40 years ago, or last week, whatever. whatever. So we're so happy you could join us here today. Guys, we have a really fun theme all cooked up for you. And I know this is one that Amanda, being a true crime junkie that you are, I know this is one that you are very excited to see get picked. So Amanda, what is today's show theme?
Today we are talking about songs about crime. And we've done something in the past similar to this, but I went full dark and was like, murder.
Yeah, you went full murder.
I went full murder. And so this time there's some murder going on, but it's a little bit more lighthearted in the songs. Like I went so dark last time. I was like, I'm going to go a little lighter this time.
Yeah. I got to be honest with you too, with at least one of your songs, I never actually realized it was a murder song.
Same.
Like, I never realized it. And I was like, oh my God, for years I've been like, never realized it. So I was like, wow. I was like, wait, this is a song about a crime? And I'm like, oh my God, it really is. I had no idea.
So stay tuned for which one that could be, folks, because
Yes.
I agree with you. I shocked myself.
Yeah, it was fascinating to do a dive on some of our songs for today. And I
Yeah.
think we had a pretty good playlist for
I
each
do
other. I
too.
think we kind of gave ourselves like some musical, like different styles of music. And obviously, listen, there is no shortage of songs about crimes, guys, whether that's murder or robberies or adultery.
Crimes of passion.
Well, I guess, crimes of passion. I wouldn't say
adultery.
adultery is not really a punishable crime by law.
The crime of passion that typically comes from adultery.
Right. Yeah, there's so
Definitely.
many. There are so many songs about crime. So this is really just the tip of the iceberg. So I think we came up with a pretty good playlist, though. I think we came up with a good playlist.
Yeah.
I like it.
This week is a long playlist. So if you go to check us out, our Song Swap Showdown 2025 playlist, and these first 6 songs that are going to be on there, it'll get you through the day. It will get you through the day. They are long. Some of these songs are long. Some of them are epic. So we're ready to dive into them. So guys, listen, if you want to play along to the game of Song Swap Showdown at home, once again, rate these songs on a scale of 1 to 5 records. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave us some comments if you're watching live. Play along. If you're watching in the future on YouTube, drop them in the comments. Let us know. And also on Spotify, they have a little comment section as well. We'd love to hear from you. Do you agree or disagree with any of our ratings? How would you have rated them? And what songs would have made your true crime playlist? Songs about true crimes. What would have made your playlist? Let us know as we go along live. So Amanda, I'm going to start with you this week. Okay.
Because last week your internet failed you, and I wound up having to do a show by myself impromptu, which, we got through it. But you know what? It's St. Patty's Day, so we still had a St. Patty's Day party, and we had a good time. But I missed you, and I can't stand when when we're not prepared to do the show by ourselves.
No, and you know what? I'll call up Buckeye Cable. Get it together.
Wait, what is that cable?
Buckeye Cable. It's from Ohio,
that's your first problem. I picture that cable being run by a hamster on a wheel, and it's like, oh, the hamster just got tired, and they didn't have a backup hamster, so the internet went down.
And I pay too much money. I was telling Chris, y'all, I pay like $140 just for high-speed internet. That's what living in the country does. So I was mad. I
thought it was that, or maybe you were getting some of that Canadian cable, and they were like, you know what? We're tired of you. We're cutting the cable off. We're gonna screw it. We're gonna screw with the Americans and cut off the internet and the cable.
What, though? Our good buddy Randall, who's up there north of us here, we love him, who actually did our intro song that we just love and adore. And you can't see us singing to it every Monday morning, but we jam to it behind the scenes. We
should kind of film the behind the scenes of us like jamming to that song before we officially go on.
Singing all the words. Yeah. But I feel like Randall loves me enough that he would have been like, but wait, to that Sharp household, it's still allowed. You keep that internet going.
That's right. Yeah, the only Sharp household allowed to have internet and electricity from Canada is due to Randall. So
thank you, Randall.
All right, guys. So let's dive in. So Amanda's first song to me today is actually a classic song.
Yeah.
And I was surprised to see this because I didn't think that you were a Bob Dylan fan. Yeah. But this song is called Hurricane. So I think a lot of people know this song, I think, for the most part, at least people, our age and up know Hurricane. I mean, maybe if they would, I don't know if it was, I didn't watch the Bob Dylan movie with Timothy Chalamet yet, but I don't know if I don't think they go through, because I think it goes right up to like the point when Dylan goes electric or something like that.
Yeah, not quite. This is, Bob Dylan, you're right. Like, I didn't used to really care for Bob Dylan a whole lot. And as I've aged a little, he's become a sound that I'm really enjoying to hear.
Wow.
Maybe it's just my like mind also is ready to hear some of the messages that he sings about. Because this is a very heavy song.
Oh, it is. I mean, all these songs today are like,
true. I was like, this one's like heavy.
No, I mean, this one is based on a real I guess, the crime itself was real, but the person who was accused of it was unfortunately someone who was innocent and finally exonerated. It takes so long to get exonerated.
After decades.
But the song is about Reuben Hurricane Carter, who spent 19 years in jail for the murder of a gentleman who was gunned down, I believe, on June 17th, 1966. kind of where I used to live. I used to live in Totowa, New Jersey. Patterson was right next door to us. And so the person was gunned down. Actually, it was, sorry, let me go back to this. I'm looking at other notes. So how it goes, on June 17th, 1966, 3 white people were gunned down at a bar in Patterson, New Jersey called the Lafayette Grill. Witnesses described 2 black men as the murderers. Police pulled over Carter and his friend John Artis, who were both black, but otherwise didn't fit the description of the killers. They were released, and Carter resumed his boxing career, losing a fight on August 6th. But 2 months later, him and Artis were charged with the murders. And this is all coming courtesy of our friends over at songfacts.com. As it says here, the case hinged on the testimony of Arthur Bradley and Alfred Bello, 2 white men with criminal records who claimed they were en route to rob a factory when they witnessed the shooting, and that Carter and Artis were the killers. Can you imagine? So 2 guys who were on their way to do a robbery.
A crime in motion.
In motion to say they witnessed a crime.
Like,
crazy.
Get out of there.
But based on that, Carter was sentenced to 30 years to life, and Artis got 15 to life. Bradley and Bello got reduced sentences for their crimes. In prison, Carter worked relentlessly to tell a story in an effort to earn his freedom. Many sympathized with his case, including a writer who helped him publish an autobiography. The 16th round, from number 1 contender to number 45472, which was published in 1974. Carter had sent a copy to Dylan, who read it and took up his case, writing a song about him and raising money for him in his 1975 Rolling Thunder Review tour. Soon after his book was published, Bradley and Bello changed their stories, claiming they were coerced into their testimony. In 1976, Carter and Artis' convictions were overturned, but months later were convicted again in a second trial. And in 1985, the case reached the Supreme Court, and this time they were exonerated for good. Carter died April 20th, 2014 at the age of 76, and his professional boxing record was 27-12-2. So and some of you may know the movie from this, if anybody watched the movie, starring Denzel Washington, called The Hurricane. That was released in 1999. Did you see that movie?
I have not seen it.
Movie's great.
Maybe
you should watch the movie.
We'll watch it.
Movie's excellent. It's very good. So anyway, Bob Dylan wrote this song about him, and there's actually 2 versions of this song. There's this 8-minute and 33-minute version. And then the single, actually, when it was released, was split in 2 parts. Hurricane Part 1 with a running time of 3:45. And the A-side, well, that was the A-side. And the B-side, Part 2, was 4 minutes and 57 seconds. The A-side is the one that most people probably heard on the radio, because that's like the radio edit, unless of course you just prefer with the magic of Spotify, you can listen to the 8-minute and 33-second one every time. After his Rolling Thunder review ended in 76, Dylan never played the song again live. When Reuben Carter went back to prison that year, Dylan did not take up his cause. He didn't take it up. He kind of let it go. But the song was also featured in Dazed and Confused, if everybody remembers that. It was in the pool hall when Matthew McConaughey walks in. It was playing in the background. It also shows up in a 2008 Family Guy episode as well. Ani DeFranco also included this on her 2000 album Swing Set as well. So there you go. Little history about Hurricane by Bob Dylan there.
So much history, and the song really dives into, I feel like, that whole journey, and that's why it's 8 minutes. I get so ticked off if someone says a lie about me.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine how upsetting it would be to be convicted of a crime, a murder of all things, that you didn't do, and how frustrating it must be.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you are innocent and no one seems to believe you, and it's tough. I mean, I don't want to go deep into it, but I listen to a lot of these. Like, I listen to Undisclosed podcasts, and I listen to a lot of these other shows where they're trying to exonerate these people who are falsely accused, under ridiculous and horrendous pretenses, just because they wanted to get put someone responsible.
Behind
oftentimes it's not the right person. So like I said, I don't want to go too deep into this because we could make a whole show about that. But it is nice when people will stand up for it and kind of like Bob Dylan writes a song about it, or someone does podcasts or documentaries and brings light to these situations. So anyway, let's listen to it. We're not going to listen to a whole 8-minute and 33-second version but we're going to listen to a little bit of it for those of you who've never heard it. And I will tell you, Amanda, I, much like you, I am not a big Bob Dylan fan. I think he's a wonderful songwriter, and I will always stand by that. Guy who knows how to write a song. Right. As far as a performer and a singer, not so much, but I will tell you, out of Bob Dylan's catalog, this song I do like. I don't know. It is good. It's not it's a lot better than some of his other songs. So anyway, here's a bit of Hurricane by Bob Dylan. Let's listen to some of this.
Perfect for this show today.
Yeah.
Like you just know a story is coming.
Pistol shots ring out in a barroom night. Enter Betty Valentine from the upper hall. She sees a bartender in a pool of blood. Cries out, my God, they killed them all. Here comes the story of the hurricane. The man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world.
So really great song. I mean, like I said, this is 8 minutes and 33 seconds, but this is on our playlist. If you just want to listen to it, it's on the Song Swap Showdown 2025 playlist over on Spotify with all the songs we're talking about today, plus all the songs we've talked about so far this season of the show. So let's get into the rating of Hurricane.
Tell me all
So
about it.
rating it as a song. First of all, it fits the criteria. It is about a crime, and on top of this, a true crime.
For sure.
And I did just say, out of Bob Dylan's catalog, this is one of his songs that I actually do enjoy. I will put this on. It's part of some playlist. It's a good Dylan song where he wrote it and performed it very well. He actually wrote this song with Jacques Levy, who, by the way, is a noted director of Broadway stage productions and also wrote the lyrics, including for the Bird song Chestnut Mare. He also co-wrote all but 2 tracks on Dylan's Desire record. So a little bit about that as well. But I like the song. I do. I would probably squarely put this on as far as Dylan's songs go. I love how you get the little notepad out. No,
I'm ready to calculate.
I do. I think it's a good song. I'm going to put this at a 3.8.
Okay. All right.
I think it's and for Dylan songs, like it's in the top 10 of Dylan songs that I actually like. Like I go, this is a good song. I turn it up. I definitely won't skip it. I've got some Dylan stuff on playlists. I dig it. It's a good song. And on top of that, too, the lyrics are great. It tells a great story. Yeah. Obviously a true story. And it's awesome, too, that it was able to raise so much awareness. I mean, he raised over $100,000 for Carter's defense at Madison Square Garden during that Rolling Thunder review. And I thought that's great, man. I mean, and you think back in that time, 1975.
$100,000 is a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to raise. So, kudos for him for doing it. Don't know why he decided not to support him the second time, but whatever. But hey, at least he got out. And but by the way, watch that movie, man. The Hurricane with Denzel. Great movie. So that's where I'm at with this song.
I like it.
I was curious. I was like, wow, look at Amanda putting a Dylan song on a playlist today.
I was captivated by the story. It's a good reminder that just because something looks a certain way doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah, no, exactly. So what do you guys think of this song? What do you guys think of Bob Dylan's Hurricane? How would you rate the song on a scale of 1 to 5 records, with 1 being a complete and total skip, all the way up to 5 records being an eternity playlist song, a song that you will never get sick of? That is heavenly music to your ears. Let us know. We want to hear from you. So Amanda, you're officially on the board.
Thank you, sir. Let's put you on the board with Riders on the Storm by The Doors. And I kept going, no, it's Riders in the Storm, but no, it's Riders on the Storm.
Riders on the Storm.
I don't know if you read these books because we're just a hair difference in age that I think, were you in the R.L. Stine, Christopher Pike era?
Yes. Well, I mean, I was definitely a little older, but I mean, I remember those books. I mean, Goosebumps and all that stuff. And actually I did watch the show on I thought the shows on Nickelodeon were great. They were really well done for that time.
So listen, I think some of those things are far creepier even watching them as an adult than some of the scary movies.
They really pushed the edge. Like
they did.
I always loved them. They told some really great stories.
They did. Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt. awesome. Tales from the Dark Side back in the earlier 80s. Like, I used to watch all those things. Yeah, loved it.
So
Tales
good.
from the Crypt. Yeah.
So good. But The Riders on the Storm is basically about a
Mhm.
hitchhiker. And I just felt like this would be the classic
Yeah.
Christopher Pike book.
Yeah.
What are the hitchhiker books that he wrote? Something like that. And so this would just be the music that would kind of have been the soundtrack for that book. So it stems from a day that he used to hitchhike to see a girl.
Yeah.
And his mind wandered of all the possibilities that could have happened.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially he wrote a screenplay that turned into this song about like a hitchhiker that goes on like a murder spree.
Yeah, goes on a murder spree. And
all hypothetical, but it's happened,
it's all hypothetical. But it's based on, things that have happened. I mean,
yes.
Like, and I think one of the songs, oh wait, no, it's not one of the Starkweather murders, like I actually almost put Nebraska, by the way, was originally my first version of this list by Bruce Springsteen, which is about the Starkweather murders. And I wound up, because I was like, I think I have too many, like, it was all sounding the same. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to put it on just because I felt like my playlist was starting to sound the same. So I jettisoned it, but it did make the first version, which was about the Starkweather murders.
That's so great. Well, not so great that the murders happened.
No, but it's, yeah.
But how it ties in. And what I really like about this song is there's the storm in the background. I feel like it sets the entire scene. So you're listening to something
so moody
beyond a song. You're almost feeling like you're listening to a podcast almost.
Right. I always have loved this song because it's not like any of the other Doors songs at all, and it just has that feeling, man.
Yeah,
like, you feel like you're in the song, Yeah,
it made me think of like how Dominic narrates his "Black Is America," how he's adding the sounds,
all the soundscapes. Yeah,
you almost feel like you're seeing it because of the way it's being delivered. So it put me in that same, and that's why I was like, I feel like this is a podcast episode of true crime. So I really dig this, but it's such a cool vibe and chill at the same time to be talking about something rather dark.
Yeah.
So it was a treat. I really enjoyed this song.
Now, did you ever hear this song?
No, not that I'm aware of. I feel like I would have remembered the storm.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a really well-known Doors song. I think it's on a lot of Doors fans' top 10 list of Doors songs. I mean, for me, it's in my top 5 of Doors songs. I love the Doors, and I actually got to give shout out to my dad, because he's the one that got me into the Doors. Because growing up, we listened to a lot of Doors. My dad was a big Doors fan, read Jim Morrison books, all that, and I love the Doors. And then when the Doors movie came out, the Oliver Stone movie, I loved Val Kilmer's performance, and it was fantastic. And I got even deeper into the Doors, and so I love it. I love this song. I think it's great. I'm glad that you really are liking this song, though. It's cool. Yeah. I mean, it's another long one, too. It goes on. But this was actually, for those, I mean, I know a lot of Doors historians are out there, but, as it goes, this is the last song Jim Morrison ever recorded.
That's
before he died a few weeks later in France. And this was released in 1971, just before he passed away. So
isn't that something? What a legacy to leave this as your last song.
Yeah, I mean, and he did there was I listened to a lot of Jim Morrison's poetry stuff, his American Prayer, and he very much is if you want to talk about podcasts, listen to American Prayer, because it is poetry, but he does soundscape stuff in there, and you feel like you're kind of listening to nowadays it sounds like you're listening to a podcast, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And I always loved the just the sound and the mood of the song, and the way it, just the Fender Rhodes piano. Oh, it's so great. It's a really great song. So
do you think it would have been fun to have been a hitchhiker back in the day when it was acceptable?
I have a romanticized version of it, because I love On the Road by Jack Kerouac is one of my favorite books of all time. I think it's an amazing piece of American literature. And Jack Kerouac always had that free spirit, and I absolutely, in a way. I mean, besides
it's romanticized, for sure.
Besides the drugs and all the other weirdness that happens in that book, but the romanticizing of seeing an America that doesn't exist anymore,
I know,
is and that it hitchhiked across the country like that he did. I don't know. It's definitely extremely romanticized. I don't think today's day and age is not.
No.
Obviously, it's not. It's never safe to pick up hitchhikers, by the way, guys. But
shame me one more time for picking up the lady at Little Caesars.
Taking life in your own hands, there, lady. But yeah, I mean, back in the day, I mean,
I think I would have.
Different place, different time. I think I would have.
Maybe we would have met on the road.
Maybe.
Because we wouldn't have been able to meet virtually like we did in these years.
No, not at all.
If we lived in a different lifetime, we probably would have met.
Probably.
Hitchhiking,
that would have been,
for
that
sure.
would have been, and then we would have fought over the radio. Oh. So, all right. So let's listen to a little bit of Riders on the Storm for those of you guys who have never heard Riders on the Storm before. I'm gonna
it's a treat.
I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit.
What a fun little visual we've got.
Isn't that a cool little on the Spotify with some of these like nice visuals now? Jim Morrison driving the car in the rain.
Yeah.
Riders on the Storm.
That sounded great, Chris.
Well, thank you. My Jim Morrison.
You found your style.
Riders on the storm.
Oh, I love that.
So chill.
Riders on the storm. Into this house we're born. Into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone and packed around alone. Riders on the storm.
Yeah, and all the whispering in the background is great.
There's a killer on the road.
It's an experience.
His brain is squirming like a toad.
Like, listen to the song on headphones. It's
take a long holiday. Let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the road. Yeah.
Man, Jim Morrison, what a freaking talent. What a great song, man. You get so sucked into this. It's amazing, but one of my absolute favorite Doors songs. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I could listen to that song forever. I really could, because I feel like every time I hear it, I always pick up something new. It's it's pretty damn near a perfect song for me, man.
So this is near 5 records for you.
Yeah, it may even be. I mean, some days I probably say it was 5 records, but but it's really close. This is like one of my favorite Doors songs.
Well, it being a very small catalog absorber of the Doors, I'm going to say this is my favorite song of the Doors, and I'm going to give this a 4.5 record. So this is my favorite of the week. Spoiler alert. So 4.5 records for the Doors.
Nice.
Riders on the Storm. I just think the entire experience is just super fun, and it makes me think very...
My dad is coming in with 10 records.
Danny Baglio coming in with 10 records. You know what? We all set our own rules. So.
10 records.
We like that. That. So good ratings all around. What do you think, listeners? Do you agree with me, Chris, or Danny Baglio?
That's right. Who do you guys agree with? Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Drop it in the comments for sure, guys. All right, let's keep the show moving here. Mm-hmm. Your next song to me is a song that my mother actually, when we posted on Facebook what our songs are, my mother goes, "That's my favorite. It's one of my favorite songs." So it is Bobby Darin's "Mack the Knife." And what I just find so funny about this song and what's great is because Bobby Darin. So listen, for our younger, and guys, this is before my time too, but
we're going back lots of years.
We're going back into the 50s, but back in the day, Bobby Darin was as big as you could get teen heartthrob. So think about all your teen idol stars that have been big over the years. Mm-hmm. Bobby Darin was one of the original like OG teen heartthrob stars, like music stars, pop stars. And so for him to do a song based on a 1928 German play, the Threepenny Opera called Mack McNeath. The title character portrayed as a criminal, and it's a song about a murderer, basically. Now, a lot of people have said, is it about Jack the Ripper and all that stuff? I think it's kind of a combination of, I think, a lot of different murderers. It's not Jack the Ripper in like in name, but it's I think influenced by him and some other like horrible murders.
Yeah.
But the fact that a teen heartthrob like Bobby Darin would do such a dark song, but like set so light, like that's the other thing. It's like a light, happy feeling song, but it's like a dark song.
I didn't know the lyrics were actually Mack the Knife.
Yes, Mack the Knife.
I don't know what I thought they said, but there was nothing about this song that made me think it was about murder.
Murder. Murder. But yeah, it's crazy. And this song, so he basically started doing this song as part of his nightclub act, right? And it wasn't something he recorded it was just part of his nightclub act.
Mm-hmm.
He decided to perform the song when he saw the production of a three-penny opera in Greenwich Village in 1958. He thought up his own way of presenting the song and started performing it in his nightclub act, where it was really well received. The song was included in Darin's album, That's All, which was released in March of 1959. And in May of that year, Darin's Dream Lover became a huge hit, and demand was building for Mack the Knife, which was growing increasingly popular thanks to his nightclub performances and sales. The album, however, he had a teen idol image to uphold, and a song about the 20s about a murderous sot could derail that trade quickly. He was recording for Atlantic Records and made lots of good decisions, and they ordered it released as a single. Finally, late August, the single came out and was a massive hit. Whatever teen idol cred Darin scrubbed, that he later made up for with an adult appeal as a song introduced him to an audience that went well beyond his splish splash. If anybody,
I love
splish,
that.
Splash,
Yeah.
yeah. And he became a regular on various TV shows and played a lot of high-end resorts, becoming the youngest headliner at the Sands Hotel in Las Vegas, where he was once a busboy. The song's success also earned him a second spot on the Ed Sullivan Show, where he would go on to make a total of 6 appearances. This was a top 40 hit for several different artists as well. The Dick Hyman Trio, Richard Hyman, Lawrence Welk, Louis Armstrong, Billy Vaughn, Bobby Darin, and Ella Fitzgerald. So, and the one and only, the guitar I have sitting back here, this way, the Les Paul, my Les Paul. Well, guess what? Les Paul also cracked the Hot 100 with this song in 1956, peaking at number 49 with an all-instrumental guitar version. And by the way, the original German lyrics of the song are way more graphic than what Darin did.
I'm sure.
So just for American audiences, the translation was more ambiguous. The soften the killings include essentially eluding censors in the conservative 50s. On a beautiful blue Sunday lies a dead man on the strand. On the sidewalk Sunday morning lies the body oozing life. Jenny Towler was found with a knife in her chest, and on the wharf walks Mack the Knife. Louis Miller disappeared dear after drawing out his cash, and McHeath spends like a sailor. Did our boy do something rash?
Maybe.
Song hit number 1 in the United States in 1959 and number 1 in the UK. Can you believe it?
I really can, because when you listen to it, it's so a song of its time. But man, people were hungry for some murder.
They wanted some murder. All right, here we go. Here's a little bit of Mack the Knife for all our younger listeners out there. And by the way, looking at our demo, I just while we're talking about our younger, I had it in front of me too, and now it's gone.
They're there. You're gonna like this. We promise you, little babes.
Yeah, we promise it. You're gonna dig the Mack the Knife. Here we go. So great.
I mean,
it's great.
Oh, the shark, babe, has such teeth, dear, and it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old Maggie, babe, and it keeps it out of sight. You know when that shark bites with its teeth, babe, scarlet billows start to spread.
So smooth, so cool.
Fancy glows, though.
I really think I thought the lyrics were back to life.
So there's
never
a trace of
The song's literally called Mack the Knife.
I never knew what it was like called.
Ooh,
Back
Sunday
to
morning,
life.
lies a body just oozing life.
I don't understand.
And someone sneaking round the corner.
Here we go.
Could that someone be Mack the Knife?
back to life.
That doesn't even make sense.
Nothing
Down
ever
by the
does.
river, don't you know? Where a cement bag just drooping on down. Oh, that cement is just, it's there for the weight to dare. 5 will get you 10 old Mackies back in town.
All right. Before you listen to the whole thing, it's a 3-minute long song. But yeah, so that's a little bit of Mack the Knife by Bobby Darin. So
What a swing to it.
So how would you guys rate this song on a scale of 1 to 5 records? Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And by the way, I got our audience stats up, and apparently 15% of our audience is under the age of 30.
That is a big deal for 2 older people
And
here.
2.5% of our audience is under the age of 21, by the way.
Those are your girls. No, just kidding.
They
They're
might
older
be.
than that.
But yeah, so
That's a pretty good pool. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
We're affecting the next generation of music.
right, of music. That's right.
Yes, that's exciting.
So where do I rate Mack the Knife? So
Yes.
listen, it's a fun song to listen to. I'm not gonna choose to put this on all the time, but when it comes on, it's fun, and I'm not skipping it because it's Mack the Knife, and it's fun to sing. It's like I can't believe you thought it was Back to Life. It literally is called Mack the Knife, and he says Mack the Knife in the song Back to Life.
I can't help
That's
what
the opposite of this song.
Oh my gosh, that's even worse.
My mother is saying this is a 5-record song, by the way.
See, I'm just very optimistic in life, and I'm like, let's bring it back to life as opposed to taking a life. You know, I can't help. I hear and I sing what I hear.
Oh, Amanda Sharp. Okay, so I'm gonna rate this song. I think this is a really good song, and it's fun to sing. I'm actually gonna give this kind of the same score. I'm gonna give it a 3.7. I know a lot of folks would, I think a lot of people would be like, oh, really? And I'm like, but yeah, it's a good song. It's fun.
All right, so we got Aunt Cindy giving it a 5.
Look, I got a family affair going on today.
I'm loving
the whole
this.
family's tuning in today.
And Mama Vaglio giving it a 5.
That's right.
So, Daddy Vaglio, we need your opinion.
Well, he
Coming in
gave
10.
Doors a 10, so.
So I'm just going to say he probably came in with a 10.
Yeah,
Hey, listen, I get that that's not a song you're going to put on every single day, but boy, is it a fun treat when it
is a fun treat when it
our
comes
ears.
on. Yeah, it's
like,
fun.
It gets you moving, grooving, and back to life.
Back to life.
So thank you for that 3.7.
All right, we got 20 minutes left. We got to get through 3 more songs.
I think we can do it. You not would be stuttering like that. Okay, so your second song to me, talking about crime, was Caught by the Fuzz.
Caught by the Fuzz.
By Supergrass. Now, first of all,
Supergrass.
I was like,
You said Sugargrass.
Oh.
Supergrass.
I even wrote super, but I must be thinking sweet. I'm such a crime show. Like, I'm not right. But anyway, Fuzz, just so you know out there, because I didn't know what Fuzz was.
You didn't know what Fuzz was?
I didn't know what Fuzz was until I did a little research on this song. So for anyone like me who did not know what Fuzz was, Fuzz is slang for the police.
That's correct.
I've heard a lot of other names, but I've never heard Fuzz before. So had you knew Fuzz was police?
Yes.
Like forever?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Sorry.
I call them officers, and that's how I typically get out of tickets. I guess if I called them a Fuzz, like, hey, what's up, Fuzz? They'd probably be like, tickets.
By the way, you got a 5-record version for your version of Back to Life.
He's always so supportive of me. Thank you. All right. So the story behind this song, pretty cute. I mean, I think it's cute because everyone makes silly mistakes. And he was only 15 when it happened.
Yeah.
So he gets pulled over by the Fuzz.
Mm-hmm.
He has a little smoky potty.
That's right. He's got a little devil's lettuce on him.
Yeah. Back before it was legal in many states, right? Like,
he's in the UK as well. I mean, so they're in Europe too. And, you know, it's still not really legal in Europe. So
I wouldn't know. But it was this, you know, but he was babes. And so he did what any natural person probably would do in that position. He shoved it down his pants. Now, it was in a little metal tin. Mm-hmm. And when he stands up, the metal tin just goes ding, ching, ching, ching.
As one does.
Hits that, as one metal tin would do. And the The cop says, well, what we got there?
Whoa, what do we got here?
Well, what do we got here, young one?
It's not mine.
It's not mine.
My friends.
As it shimmies down his leg.
Yeah, it's my friends.
I don't know how that got there.
I don't know how that got there.
Who put that there? So I couldn't help but find the story a little cute, a little amusing. That's how this song kind of came to be, based on true events. And I thought it was cute. It was a good song. Musically, it's probably my least favorite, but I actually like all three that you gave me.
So I thought you might like this song because it's just so fun and like kind of bouncy and hyper. You know, it's got a great feel. And so I love Supergrass. I love these guys. Great British band. Got into them way back in the day. And this was the first song that I heard from them. And it was the first single off this record.
Well, how fun. Have fun. So I really
great.
like it, but I'm giving all pretty good ratings today. So when I say it's my least favorite, it's still a very good song. Like if it would have been on another list just by itself, it probably would have been really great. So I just really like the song. I do like the lyrics. I like the story behind it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I had fun with it.
Good. Yeah, it's a fun song.
Yeah.
All right, so let's play a little bit of Super Drag. And I thought it was, it's not Super Drag. See, I'm screwed. Supergrass.
Supergrass.
And this is a band that I love these guys. I think they're great. And they make great music. Awesome musicians as a three-piece. And I dig this one. So hopefully you guys will like this too. So let's listen to some Caught by the Fuzz. Reminds me of like I always thought these guys reminded me of like a faster, like more souped up version of the Kinks. I knew I should have stayed at home tonight. That's great.
That's why I should stay at home.
Feeling unwell, I took to a man. He said it's better to tell. And sold you the blow. Well, it was no one I know. If only you'd tell us we let you go. We'll make it all be my son's a test what you know. We'll make you wish you stayed at home tonight.
Oh, okay. Good job.
It's a fun song. It's a good one, man. Yeah, Caught by the Fuzz by Supergrass. Really, really fun tune. And the video's hilarious too. So definitely checked it out. That's off that whole first record is great. Should I Coco is
Should I Coco or should I go?
I should Coco. Sorry. I should Coco.
I should Coco. Yeah. All right. So where do I put this song?
Where do you put this?
At a very solid 4 records.
4 records. Wow.
4 records. So yeah.
Like
so even though it's my least favorite, it's still very much a good song that I really enjoy.
Nice.
I just have to rank them somehow, you know?
Yeah. There you go. All right. I like your 4 records. I like your 4 records. Thank you for that. That's a good one.
Welcome.
All right. So your final song to me today.
Yes.
This is the song that I said at the start. I didn't realize and it's right in there. It's literally right in the lyrics.
I thought you were talking about Mack the Knife, thinking that you thought it was Back to Life like me.
Copacabana by Barry Manilow. I'm like, oh, it's about this nightclub and the girl named Lola. I never, for all the years that I listened to this stupid song, I just never realized it was about a murder, basically. I mean, it is not basic. It's about a murder.
Oh, that jealousy, loss. Insanity. Like it's all
crime of passion.
Crime of passion. This song has it all.
Yeah, I mean, it really tells the whole story. I mean, so here it is. This is coming from Song Facts. The story told in this song about a showgirl Lola and her bartender boyfriend Tony goes along with the joyous melody for the first half of the song, which is why you go for. I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. And then the story takes a tragic turn when Tony is shot and killed, and we find Lola 30 years later, insane and despondent over her loss.
Oh. It's so
the music remains upbeat for this section, and as does Manilow's delivery, creating a drastic juxtaposition of words and music. I think that is why I never put it to 2 and 2 together.
I feel like on this particular song, when we listen to it, we need to play a little bit of the beginning and then go to the end.
Right. Well, I cannot believe it.
Her insanity part, because it does say very upbeat. But yeah, the words are all in there.
Yeah, he was saying that Barry Manilow recalled that the music for Copacabana came incredibly fast. I remember putting the lyric on the piano's music stand, punching the record button on my tape deck, writing the song in less than 15 minutes.
Can you just imagine that? That's insane to me.
Co-writer Bruce Sussman added, "We thought we were trying to write a novelty cut for Barry's Even Now album. Copacabana surprised everyone, certainly us, and especially Arista Records, for they were faced with the first of Barry's hits that were forced off an album. This put Barry in a unique position of having 3 hit records in a top 40 at once. It earned him his first, and believe it or not, only Grammy Award, his first gold single for a song he composed, his first international hit record, and a first song to inspire projects in other media. They made a TV, film, and stage musical. So much for novelty cuts."
This screams you musical, doesn't it?
Oh my God.
And your mama coming in with, how is it possible you didn't know it was about a murder? Now listen, that's usually a comment that comes to me. So Chris, I'm eating this up right now.
Well, listen, this goes into like, I can't believe you didn't know Mack the Knife was called Mack the Knife and you're calling it something back to life. I'm like, so we both have craziness today.
That's usually me. I love it.
Right. So here's a little Copacabana.
It's so great. It just makes you want to like dance.
Exactly. I think I'm too busy, like, you know. It's the Copacabana. Where I'm too busy into that. Meanwhile, there's like horrible stuff happening in this song.
What time to be alive?
Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl with yellow feathers in her hair and a dress cut down her there. She would merengue and do the cha-cha.
See, I'm like,
and while she tried to be a star, Tony always tended bar across the crowded floor. They worked from 8 till 4. They were young and they had each other. Who could ask for more at the Copacabana?
See, I'm like,
the hottest spot north of Havana.
46 cents. I'm like, no murder.
Then it gets into the murder. Oh yeah.
Music and passion were always the fashion at the Copa. They fell in love.
See, that should have been the trigger right there.
The dark sounding, right?
His name was Rico. He wore a diamond. He was escorted to his chair. He saw Lola dancing there, and when she finished, he
jealousy.
called her over.
Rico.
But Rico went up too far. Tony sailed across the bar, and then the punches flew, and chairs were smashed in
I'm like, wait, there's a whole new song right now.
Single gunshot, but just who shot who at the Copa?
How did I never realize that was the lyrics? I don't know. What is wrong with me?
At the Copacabana, music and passion were always the fashion at the Copa.
Oh, wait, this is how I did not realize for all these years that this is what this song is about. It's absolutely, I don't know. I have no answers. No answers for anybody.
It's okay. It's okay.
Let me see if I can get to the part where Lola's like the spot.
Always the fashion at don't fall in love.
Oh yeah,
He used to wear faded feathers and was a showgirl, but that was 30 years ago when they used to have a show. Now it's a disco, but not for Lola. Still in the dress she used to wear, faded feathers in her hair. She sits there so refined and drinks herself half blind. She lost her youth and she lost her Tony. Now she's lost her mind at the Copa.
I mean, holy smokes! Holy smokes!
It's a tragic song.
This is a whole new song for me now. A whole new song for me.
It's an entire movie.
It is. I'm out of the bubble. Somehow I was in a bubble. I'm out of the bubble. The bubble's burst. Copacabana has taken on a whole other world for me.
I know.
Whole other world. I gotta be. I was like, why is Copacabana on your list? And then I'm like, holy smokes! What has been going on? So anyway, Copacabana, Barry Manilow. This is my highest rated song on your list because I love this song, and now I love it even more.
Do you really? Good. I was
do.
hoping it didn't ruin it for you.
No, I'm giving this a 4.5 because it actually makes it even better now.
Truly, I mean,
It's a great song, though. But now I'm like, oh my God. Like,
it's like a soap opera, right? You know,
it is a soap opera. It's like
it
Days
is.
of Our Lives.
Yeah, it's a saga. It's
Yeah.
just, it's so good. So thank you for
It's
that
wild.
4.5. I really love this song. It's so much fun.
4.5.
Where do you all rate Copacabana? And did you know that it was a song about love and jealousy and loss and all the things?
Duh, give a 10. Look at these 10s coming up.
These Baglios are setting their whole
They got their
rules.
all their own rules today. They're like,
And
you know
I'm here
what?
for
Screw
it.
5, 10.
Yes, I'm here for it for sure. What a fun episode we're having.
Oh my God.
All right, thank you for the 4.5.
Yes.
All right, moving on to your final song to me, which is 18 in Life by Skid Row.
Skid Row.
Skid Row. So there's
New
some
Jersey. New Jersey, yo, Skid Row, New Jersey. All right, that's it. I'm done.
well done. You got to plug that. I'm sure you've played it on Radio Garden State several
Oh, hell
times
yeah.
because
Oh, God,
of
yes.
their location. So there's a little bit of conflict when I was researching this.
I'm still getting crap about Copacabana.
I'm loving all of
Everybody
it.
knew what it was about. Well, I did not, so I'm an idiot.
You'll never forget it. This is gonna play in your head for many, many times.
Okay,
there's
18 in Life.
there's some discrepancy from what I was looking, what the song was truly about.
Sure.
It could have been either a news article based on a young man accidentally killing a friend,
Right.
not knowing a gun was loaded. That's why we always have gun safety and we always assume any gun is loaded. Or about a brother who came back from Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know that I actually could find the actual exact which one it was, but either one to me makes sense with this type of song.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the song itself, I mean, just the story of it tells, Ricky, Ricky was a, poor, tough as nails 18-year-old who gets drunk and he kills his friend with a gun, earning him a life sentence. So at the heart of it, it's all about guns are not toys.
No, and think even if conviction or not, if that happens to somebody, I mean, you're going to do life anyway of never being able to forgive yourself for such a mistake.
What's wild to me is I think about this and I know, my sister, 18 Life Best. My sister's the biggest Skid Row fan in the world. And I've told the story before. I'm not going to tell it again, but it's on our YouTube channel about how I lost her. Her first show was a Skid Row show and I lost her. But
Stephanie, I am so sorry, but there was a lot of judgment going on that day.
There was, and rightfully so. So, looking back now is what's wrong with me.
You're like, she'll find her way. It's fine.
Yeah. So she'll find her way. It's all right. Toughened her up. See, you can see that she became a better person because of it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Chris. But seriously, this song, I think about it, I go, would this song have been able to be released today? And it's like, I know hard rock and all that, but the lyrics itself, I don't know if this song would get released today, but maybe it would. I don't know. Maybe we're in a different world today than we were in 1980.
89. Yeah.
Oh my God. 89.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I mean, it did really well on the charts.
It really did. This was huge. This was on, I know you weren't allowed to watch MTV, but this was all over MTV, this video. All over. Every hour on the hour, this song. This and I Remember You were the two songs on this record that were everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it hit number 4 on Hot 100 and then number 11 on Rock Chart. So it did very, very well, even though it was a very heavy song. But it was good. I mean, this is a very good song, in my opinion.
Excellent. Well,
and I feel like the delivery is so heartfelt. Maybe heartfelt, not the right word.
Well, Sebastian Bach is such a good singer, man. He's got the perfect rock voice, and I wish I'd gotten to see him when he actually did Jekyll and Hyde on Broadway too, because he did that. He was the lead for a little bit, and I was like, when it was out, and I was like, really wanted to go see him. And then I think he was in he actually played the Phantom in Phantom of the Opera for a bit too.
I don't think I realized that.
Yeah, he was the Phantom for a run, which I would have loved to have seen that too. So he's just got that voice, Yeah,
I just feel like this was very reserved rock because of the topic. I feel like they did a really nice job with this one. Yeah.
No, this is a classic. When it comes to hard rock and metal songs, this is a classic. So here's a bit of 18 in Life for all you kids out there.
It just feels heavy.
The 15% of our audience that's
I'll take it.
This for you guys. Ricky was a young boy. Cha-cha.
Yeah, like the suspense is there.
He was a young boy. He had a heart of stone. Lived not to find he moved his fingers to the bone.
Yeah! I wish I could sing like this.
Came from the entrance town. Fought like a switchblade, so no one could take him down. No, he had no money. No good at home. Walked the streets a soldier and he fought the world alone. And now 18 and life you got it. 18 and
That's a very catchy,
Yeah.
very, very catchy chorus.
it's 18 and life to go. 18 and life you got it. 18 and life you know. Your crime is time. And it's 18 and life to go.
Yes. I want to listen to the whole song. So good. But it is. It's, you know what? You make a really great point there. It is for that, like, to make something like that catchy is like even another thing. Like, it's a very serious topic, and to like make a really good song and make it catchy and a hit.
Yeah.
All those things, like, you're like, should this work? Should it not work? But it does. And man, they just did. This band pulled it off. I mean, this was this reached number 4, charted number 4 in the United States, and then number 12 in the UK when it was released. That's huge. For
Bravo.
a band's debut record from New Jersey. Yeah. Skid Row.
So Stephanie will probably give this a 10, and I'm not going to give it that high of a rating because our particular rolls are 1 to 5, but I am going to give it a 4.3. So 4.3.
4.3.
Life from Skid Row. I feel that
Wow.
very generous. So I'm not even mathing it today. You are the clear winner today, Chris Baglio, of the Song Swap Showdowns theme on crimes.
There you go.
Well done.
Crime, theme crime. So, guys, this was a ton of fun. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us today. Listen, if you like this episode, let us know by liking it and sharing it, because when we see you guys like that, do those things, we know that we need to do more episodes like this. We need to do a sequel to it. So that's how we look at our stats and the analytics, that like, hey, you guys like this? Great. We'll do another version of this, because
Absolutely.
as we know, there's endless amounts of songs. And when it comes to crimes, it's endless about crime.
Every day. Every day.
Every day. So lots and lots of great songs all about crime. So we're happy to do a part 2 of this if you guys really dig it. So once again, guys, let us know what you thought of all these songs. Do you agree? Do you disagree? How would you have rated these songs on a scale of 1 to 5 records? Drop it in the comments. If you're watching this in the future or listening to it in the future, anywhere you get podcasts, do that, do all the things. And if you're on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and the little bell, because those very small actions mean the world to us and help our channel grow. And any creator that you're out there listening to, those actions like make a big difference. So please hit that subscribe button. If you're listening on any podcast platform, hit the follow button as well, because it does the same thing. So Amanda, any final words?
Hey, you know, I love a good crime episode, and we just created one. So well done, Chris. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yeah.
Such fun engagement.
Yeah.
So, woohoo!
Oh, Dave Manilow, check it with 4.8 from Mack and the Knife. Dave, how are
Overall,
you?
great
Yes.
readings today. We missed it earlier, Dave. Thank you for catching the end.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate you. We will see you in 2 weeks, because I'm going on a vacation.
Yes,
So
you
I'm out the door. So I will see you. We'll be back with a live show in 2 weeks. But make sure you keep it tuned here to Radio Garden State all day long. Lots of great music, lots of great shows all day, all week, 24/7. RadioGardenState.com, guys. All right. We will see you next week. Thanks, everybody who's jumping on now. Appreciate you guys. Check out the replay. All right.
Bye,
Cheers, everybody.